How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now, on today's show, we're going to be talking about yesterday's Premier League games. And of course, there will be Arsenal's game against Manchester City and David Luiz in particular. And we're also going to be talking about Aston Villa against Sheffield United because there was an incident involving that game and it was not VAR. It was goal line technology, and Sheffield United are going to feel very, very hard done by.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place we're going to start is the Sheffield United and Aston Villa game. And you know what? There was not a lot to talk about over the course of that 90 minutes. It was a really, really boring game. But there's one incident in particular that everybody will talk about. And it's not VAR, it's goal line technology. Something that we don't even speak about anymore because there's never ever a mistake when it comes to goal line technology. They get it right every single time. Apart from this game yesterday, where Sheffield United were denied a goal. And goal line technology simply didn't work. It did not notify the referee that the ball had crossed the line. And it's the first time this has happened. We moan about VAR and everything else, and it ends up being this. Absolutely mad. What are the chances? But to go into it, for all of you that may not have seen it or anything else, during the first half of Aston Villa versus Sheffield United, there was a goal line incident where the ball was carried over the line by the Aston Villa goalkeeper. The match officials did not receive a signal to the watch nor earpiece as per the goal decision system protocol. The 7 cameras located in the stands around the goal were significantly occluded by the goalkeeper, defender and goalpost. This level of occlusion has never been seen before in over 9,000 matches that the Hawkeye goal line technology system has been in operation. The system was tested and proved functional prior to the start of the match, accordance with the IFAB laws of the game, and is confirmed as working by the match officials. The system has remained functional throughout. Hawkeye unreservedly apologised to the Premier League, Sheffield United and everyone affected by this incident. It is the first time the GDS has failed since its introduction into the Premier League in 2013, and Hawkeye apologised after the game, stating the incident saw the highest level of inclusion in over 9,000 games where the GDS had been used. So look, it's been in operation since 2013. This has never ever happened, and I suppose you can say, you know, it's a one-off, but try telling that to Sheffield United, because that incident is the difference between Sheffield United being in the position they're in or being in 5th place ahead of Manchester United. Now, what happens if by the end of the season Sheffield United miss out on a Champions League place or a European place, Europa League or whatever it might be, by the odd point? This one incident will be where everybody goes back to, where Sheffield United were robbed, quite simply. Aston Villa being in the situation they're in, they're not going to turn around and say, you know what, we'll give the points to Sheffield United because they've been so hard done by. You remember an incident that actually involved Sheffield United before. It was against Arsenal in the FA Cup where I believe we were drawing. Sheffield United, a player went down, kicked the ball out. Arsenal had a throw in. We took it, never gave the ball back, and we scored. And we won the game 2-1. And at the end, Arsene Wenger turned around and said that it wasn't fair and they would replay the game. And the game was actually void. And then there was a replay. You're not going to get anything like that. But it's so unlucky for Sheffield United. Really, really unlucky for them, man. It's lucky for Aston Villa. They get a point out of it. And in the battle for relegation, that's good for them. But yeah, for Sheffield United, not great at all. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with this. But I don't think there's much that they can do about it. They've apologised. It was a mistake. It's happened. And I'm afraid we're just going to have to move on. Next piece of news, of course, is Manchester City against Arsenal. What can I say? I'm absolutely shattered. I've got no throat left. My voice is killing me. And I'm just sitting there thinking, my word. I've been in lockdown for 3 months. I've had great blood pressure. I've had brilliant heart rate. 90 minutes of watching Arsenal. And my blood pressure's through the roof. My heart rate's through the roof. And I want to go back into lockdown. I'm just sitting there banging my head against the wall. It's like, come on, man. You know, the starting lineup was a bit of a surprise for Mikel Arteta. But it was very evident what we were going to do, which was flood the midfield and then look to counter quick with balls over the top. First minute, Eddie Nketiah was straight through on goal. Subsequently, he was offside, but he didn't know that. It was a dreadful finish. And then in the opening 15, he had another couple of chances. Half chances, shall we say. And it was just everything that could have gone wrong went wrong for us on that day. In the opening minute, Granit Xhaka gets injured, a freak accident. And that completely changed things around. And then Mari, he goes and gets injured. And then David Luiz comes on. David Luiz was not in the starting lineup. Mikel Arteta had pretty much made it clear that David Luiz was not starting and why. And he comes on and David Luiz does David Luiz. Just before half time, we had a spell of 15-20 minutes where Manchester City really got into the game and they were carving chances open, and Leno was man of the match in an Arsenal shirt anyway. And it was like getting at half time. We've weathered the storm, regroup, we go again second half, because going in, you know, at the Etihad, half time 0-0, given the fact we had 2 injuries as well, forced changes, it would have been absolutely spot on. And then David Luiz, what an absolute clown. What on earth was he doing? And then that's it. Man City going 1-0 up. And you're thinking to yourself, all right, cool. It's only 1-0. We've still got a chance. We'll come out in the second half, regroup, keep it steady for the opening 5 to 10 minutes, and don't do anything stupid. What does David Luiz do? Something stupid. Gets spun, pulls his man down, penalty, sending off. Absolute idiot. What can you do when your defender defends so stupidly? Honestly, man, you can set up the team any way you want, the tactics, but when you've got that, come on, man. Game was done at that point. Game was done. 2-0, De Bruyne scores, and it's damage limitation at that point. Just don't get battered 5 or 6. And it's just one of those, man. It's like, everything that's wrong with this club, everything, the positions that we need strengthening in, everything is there for everybody to see. And I can't say no more than that, man. I'm tired. I just want to go back to sleep. I just want to forget about this game, regroup, and then go again on Saturday. And it's as simple as that. You know, Man City won the game 3-0. Phil Foden come on, scored a goal in injury time, 11 minutes injury time as well. And yeah, we're lucky it was only 3-0 to be honest. But we've got injuries now. Who the hell are we going to play in defence? We ain't even got anyone. But at least David Luiz won't be able to play because he's suspended, so that's a bonus. And it is what it is. We're just going to have to move on and deal with it, man. So apologies if I sound a little bit down this morning. And yeah, I'm just 3 months of lockdown, man. And it's like you get yourself up, hyped, ready and thinking, okay, maybe here we go. And then you get kicked straight in the teeth. straight back down to reality as usual. Well done. Cheers, David Luiz. So yeah, look, listen, there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. I'm going to be having a look. Tomorrow's one will be, with everything for the game with Manchester United, Spurs, of course, and the weekend games. And I suppose the only bonus for Arsenal is that, we've got a game very quickly with a game on Saturday, so we might be able to forget about this. But if we go to Brighton and lose, then my word. Oh, I don't even bear thinking. So, listen, there's going to be a player ratings out later today. Keep an eye out for that. Yeah, that would be great. I think you can tell what David Luiz will get in his markings, but it is what it is. Down, dejected, but not out. So if you're new around there, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. And I'll see you lot tomorrow. I'm out of here.